So hi friends, welcome back to Lisa George blog. So this video is the second part of this topic or subject fear. Um, so I want to continue about that topic because it's kind of critical to know. So the other types of fear that you face or you have is loneliness. um, when you lose somebody, when you lose a spouse, when your kids go away from home, so you face the empty nest type of situation. Everything changes there, right? Because your kids are not around with you and they are far. And then when you lose a spouse, right? Um, all these years, many decades that you had somebody, or maybe not so long, still the partner that you had is no longer there. That's a big fear to face, right? How do I move on? How do I go? And sometimes you feel like, where do you go, right? Where do I go? And the other thing is old age, and then retirement, right? Some people are afraid to go to the retirement and they continue working because they are afraid to retire. And then some new couple, some people are afraid of parenting, having kids, and some people even afraid of getting married. That's a new trend happening um, across the globe. It doesn't matter what nationality it is or what country you're from. That's a new thing going on that, and part of the reason is afraid to get married. From what they have seen in other couples' marriage, um, and they what they learned, what they experienced, they came across from their observation of from other couples, who living or lived or divorced. So there is all kinds of fear. So one thing we all have to keep in mind is um, every person is different, right? Um, Again, going back to my other subject in our topic, nobody is equal. So the way I handle things is totally different than anybody else in this world. Because, um, for example, I am the only Liza, right, in this world. And I think I'm the only one being here. I mean, some people believe in generations and reincarnation, things like that. But not talking about that topic. But doesn't matter how many generations we're talking about. There was only one Liza, and there is only one Liza in the future too. All right. I'm just giving a simple example. I'm just pointing myself so you understand it faster maybe. But about yourself, right? There's only one you, right? And existed so far and then will be existing in the future too. So everybody, my point to that is everybody deal with their fear and deal with the even identical similar problems differently. So you cannot make a judgment or decision about something, about getting married or living, how to live, or is single or married or in partnership, whatnot, based on somebody else's previous experience or existing experience. You cannot kind of, oh, that person went through this, so I am going to, I might go through the same thing, so oh no, I'm not going to get married, and having children, right? Oh no, they have kids and they have all kinds of problems. They didn't have money, or the kids had sickness, or they have all kinds of trouble. They had marriage issues, because many couples have marriage issues after the kids born. Don't want to blame kids, it's not kids' problem, right? It's not kids' issue. It is parents how they need to learn how to live their life, even after the kids are born, right? It's all part of planning, family planning, right? And how to live, and what's the expectations, and day in day out, just plan it. So what I'm trying to say is, like, for the people that afraid to get married, because there could be so many reasons, right? Some kids mentioned, oh no, my parents, life wasn't so good, so I don't want to go through the same thing, so I'm not get married. Some people say, well, I don't want to live with somebody, I don't know what can I expect from who I'm marrying. I don't know. So I'm afraid or fearful of getting married. So many reasons. So the answer to that, from what I know, right? I like to share some thoughts, or tips, or way to address for that kind of people, are pretty much, look at the situation that you are in, right? And I'm not forcing anybody to get married, right? So that's not my intention. It's individual's decision if you want to get married or not, right? But my only humble request is, don't make the wrong judgment, a wrong decision based on somebody else's life, right? Because their life, their experience that you observed or seen is going to be totally different what you're going to be experiencing. Because there are two different people, right? Two people in marriage, and here you and your spouse, get married. There's no comparison, right? How you think, how you act, how you react, how you live, what your thoughts are, how you, day in day out, your job, your, everything, right? It's not, nobody's equal. So think really deep before you jump into conclusion. Even getting married, right? People, think and make a good judgment before you getting married, and before you getting married with the right, the person that you're trying to get married. Don't jump into conclusion. You know. As far as fear, it's up to the person, how to handle the fear. But anybody can, I believe this, anybody can overcome a fear, the anxiety, right? It's all about your mind. So the more you research about fear and being afraid, how to tackle that, how to address it is better. So learn how you react things. You know yourself better than anybody else, more than anybody else on this earth, right? So you know your weaknesses, you know your strengths, when you perform the best, when you get mad, what triggers, what's your hot button, and what's your red button, and what's your soft button. So you kind of figure that out, right? You spend some time thinking about this, and then kind of identifying yourself. That is very important. Identifying yourself is very important, so you know how to tackle your issues. So that's where meditation helps, and me time, right? Me time, everybody needs me time. Take care of your mind and body, that is very important, and you saw, right? So basically, identify yourself as to when you get fear, and what do you want to do about it, right? Of course, you want to address the fear. So address the fear means knowing that you're not alone. That's one thing, right? Knowing that everybody go through fearful situations. That means anxiety, depression, frustration, everything, right? People say, no, I don't go through depression. Well, everybody does, right? Depression means what, right? Unhappiness, right? Unhappiness for a period of time, and then worrying about the unhappiness things, and then thinking about unhappiness things, and getting frustrated and stressed for a long time. Long time, that can be any on any scale, right? So So you prepare yourself, know yourself, right? And then think that I'm not alone. I have all the help in the world, even if it's not visible to you. If you know, so sometimes you know, well, I don't have anybody to help me. My parents not with me. My parents are far, or I don't have any parents, and I have no siblings, or I have siblings but who has their own problems, right? So everybody has their own problem, right? So then, but I mean, sometimes you missing the resources, meaning the resources are around you, but sometimes you think your parents are supposed to be helping you, or friends are supposed to be helping, or sometimes you think your siblings are supposed to be helping, but sometimes those are not the people supposed to be going to help you, right? Maybe sometimes a stranger can help, a person at work can help, so when you were at work talking to somebody about a topic, right? The fearful topic, right? The topic that you're fearful of. Just talk about that. Like at work, if you meet somebody, or you're at the bus station, train station, wherever, right? When you meet, like, just run this off with that person, and I don't know, sometimes you can try that. If you think it's a good conversation that you take up with, that you can talk with somebody that you found, talk with that person, and just under that of just, you don't need to give it details, and say what's their perspective, what's their input, right? Miracle happened right there with that answer, right? So not necessarily a school teacher, or parents, or siblings, or a co-worker in your team has the answer, right? Maybe the people from outside of your department, reach out to other people you might think, right? Resources means it can be anything or anybody, right? Yeah. Or go to a book, read, go to library, and then now you don't even have to go to library, you can Google it. So use the resources and think that you're not alone. You're not alone. I just want to reinstate that you're not alone. Everybody, you're not the only one going through this painful stuff, right? And then train your thought and mind to stop being fearful. It comes, and then you get hold of your mind, and then say, well, stop. I'm not going to I'm not going to take this route. I'm better than that. And then start looking at the resolution. Whatever the topic, it's bothering you and making you afraid and fearful, and then giving you anxiety, you research on the topic, you think about that topic, and like I said, you are an intelligent person. Everyone has talents, and I cannot stress enough, and intelligence. Some people say, oh no, my IQ level is not that good, and that person has a higher IQ. Doesn't matter, right? Whatever you have, God gave you enough of everything to perform whatever He planned for you to perform. So you just perform at that level. You don't need to worry about a high IQ person. Nobody can not everybody can be Elon Musk, right? His IQ level is, who knows, through the roof, right? Yeah, he that's another topic. He is something very unique and special, like everybody else, but his specialty is something else. So I cannot talk enough about him because he's one of my role models, and he is something else. He's very genius. But you can learn a lot from him. He's a hard worker, right? There are a lot of people like that, but he's extra special. And so, what I'm saying is, don't be afraid of anything. You are capable of anything that you want to do, right, at your level. So you have a level, you have a place, you have, everything is assigned for you, right? Like I mentioned in my other blog, right? Everything is assigned before even you're born, right? So everything is placed. All the resources you need is already placed, already there. It's just matter of finding them, working with them. I don't want to say use. Use means taking advantage. I don't want to use that word. You don't want to use anybody. You don't want to take advantage of anybody. You just want to work with them, for your benefit and their benefit. It's like a mutual thing, right? It's like a two-way, right? It's like a give and take. So don't think that you're stealing ideas. Some people say, oh, those steal my idea. For um, money wise, yeah, people can steal ideas, but as far as sharing among friends and the people excuse me, that's not stealing, that's sharing, so and then you share something with that person and that person shares something else with some other ideas with you. It's like not at the same time, maybe some other time. So it's all about collaborating, so don't so and the other thing also that I am encouraging at my work, my team, is like collaborate, means share ideas, give and take. You don't need to operate in silos, because you're not alone, right? Everything like pieces fitting into a puzzle. One company is a puzzle where all these departments and all these staff and from various departments working together to make a puzzle, right? That's what the company is, a simple analogy. So that's how you have to operate. So don't work in silos. Don't think you're alone in a corner and there's nobody to help. There's somebody out there. You just need to find that somebody. And then cultivate your mind to take up any kind of challenges, right? Like I said, you are well equipped with anything coming on your way. You are well equipped to handle it, manage it, overcome it. That's the way they built. The one very intelligent person mentioned once, I remember, that human body is the toughest, strongest, and smartest machinery that created and engineered, right? The engineering, that the biggest engineer, the toughest and the brilliant engineer is God. Look at human body, look at anything that God created. Anybody can beat that. I mean, we have rockets and NASA and all that, but human body, and people still researching and not found a lot of answers about human body, right? How many doctors or how many scientists are out there, how many unanswered questions are out there, right? Yeah, I don't know if if anybody learn completely about human body, right? Everything, right? Every cell, everything, every minute details, how it reacting corona, right? There's your answer, right? Corona came, and when did we get the medicine for it? Why didn't we get medicine faster? Because people were afraid. Scientists and doctors and researchers and medical system and education, university, everybody didn't know how some medicine they create will react to the human body, the rest of the human mechanism, right? So that itself give you that answer, that God is the ultimate power and the engineer, thus far, right? Thus far forever, right? Thus far or forever. So um, so I don't want to go into tangent with other subjects, but what I am saying is, don't be fearful of anything, anybody, anytime. Um, so there's no need to, right? That's the bottom line. There's no need to be fearful of anything, anybody. Whatever comes on your way, embrace it. Don't be afraid, embrace it. Fearful means that, one thing I learned, you get fearful and afraid and anxiety of something that you are not so sure about, or something that you don't know much about, or you haven't experienced and done that before. So you haven't learned about it, right? Pretty much, right? So embrace it and learn about that topic, and then use your resources around, and broaden your mind. Be open-minded. Don't be thinking that it's a challenge. Every challenge is an opportunity for you to excel, right? Show your guts, right? Show your strength to any kind of fearful thing. You can handle anything. Anyone can handle anything if you put your mind to it. I had to underline and put it in bold. If you want to learn something, you will learn, right? How many languages are out there? And people think, oh no, I don't want to learn, it's too hard. No, nothing is hard, right? A lot of people out there, many people out there know a lot of languages, right? It's just a simple thing that to mention. So that's what I want to say. There are a lot of things you can talk about this topic, but number one thing to know that everybody go through the fearful situation, right? Almost every day, multiple times a day. So it's not something new. You are not the only one, right? Everybody look around. Everybody faces that, right? And the other thing is you are not alone to handle this. The entire system, the entire universe is out there. Believe it or not, that is a truth. You might think that again. I keep on saying that sometimes it's like, oh no, I don't have anybody. I have only me to work on this thing, and nobody is helping me. There's nobody to help, and nobody knows nothing. But sit back and think. There's got to be somebody there, right? Anyway, if not, you research yourself about it and learn it. It might take a little longer. Sometimes you don't have the time, right? So you need to work with it to see what you can do to achieve and then turn things around. And at the end, it will be rewarding for you, rewarding for yourself. That will give you a lot of confidence. If you just run away from a problem, right? Run away from a topic that is making you fearful, it will make you weaker. It's like you're hiding from it, running away from it. You don't want to be running away. God made you for a reason, and then there's a reason why you're facing that challenge or the topic that you're fearful about. The goal is supposed to be learning about it and addressing the fear. Sometimes you have to avoid. In risk management, maybe I'll go through that topic one day. Risk management is something that at work wise and also at personal level that you need to learn how to. There's different techniques to address risk when it occurs, right? One way to do is avoid it, and then you will be fearful rest of your life if you avoid it. Sometimes with the business world, you cannot mitigate it because of so many business reasons. But mitigating the risks, take it as a challenge, take it as an opportunity to grow and excel and show your strength. So I can go on and on about this topic, but I think I was thinking about talking about issue and risk management, which I think I will cover that in another video. Thanks for watching. Liza George blog. Hopefully, this is helpful at least for some people and somebody learning something from this video. I'm really hoping. Thank you for watching. Please share, subscribe, and like the video if you haven't yet, and be safe and healthy and happy, and thank you so much for your time, and namaskar.